Morning, all. All right, so after a long night last night, absolutely a very long night, just one game tonight in the National Hockey League, and I'm going to the Abbotsford Canucks game tonight. So I will take notes on. I would think it's the first period I'll get in for the Capitals and the Devils. The one thing is going to an Abbotsford Canucks game means that I will get a video up for this game earlier than I did the other night coming home from the Tool concert. So at any rate, it starts at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. It's the Washington Capitals and the New Jersey Devils. This is the first of four meetings. They'll meet again on November the 10th, January the 3rd, as well as February the 20th. The Washington Capitals won 3-1 on the season. For Ovechkin, a goal and 2 assists for 3 points in 5 games. He got that goal last night against Toronto. Might he be heating up? And then you've got New Jersey 3-1-1, but Timo Meier still without a goal, just the 3 assists. Guys due for a goal. So we'll see what happens in that one tonight. Let me know who you believe wins that game in the comment section below as always. Now, a team off to a slow start is the Calgary Flames. We're not into video territory yet, but we're getting really close when it comes to the start the Flames have had. And Zadorov kind of sounded off last night. And you know what? I appreciate his honesty. So he says that last year was on Daryl Sutter, that Sutter's coaching and all the mood in the room and everything, it was just toxic and horrible. But this time around, they don't have an excuse. This time, that's not a problem, and so it's on them. It's on them. He's saying there's no excuses for the Flames' play. And Coleman saying that he is sick of losing. And so this is a team that's getting angry. During the review last night, I said, Kadri was very visibly upset during the game. And so we'll see how this all shakes out. I mean, if the Flames use this to kind of rally and their play gets better, then great. Otherwise, it could keep spiraling. And of course, yesterday, Gary Bettman did not overrule Department of Player Safety, which he would very rarely do anyways. Bettman has upheld Anderson's suspension. I haven't heard anything about any other further action. I think you can still escalate it beyond Bettman, but at this point in time, I haven't seen anything, so Anderson is still suspended for the full 4 games. Brady Tkachuk will not be suspended. So last night he had an instigator penalty in that fight-filled Buffalo game. He was given an instigator penalty with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go against the Sabres, but because of the circumstances on the play, because he was seen as standing up for himself, there won't be any kind of a suspension for Brady Tkachuk. So you can't start a fight in the last 5 minutes of a game. It's to try to prevent those ugly finishes to games we used to see back in the day, which the NHL wasn't all that fond of. Even though they would get lots of play everywhere when it happened. But yeah, it's one of those things that they feel it makes it look Bush League. So yeah, Tkachuk will not be suspended. The 7-0-0 start that the Vegas Golden Knights are off to, they continue to have what is the best start for a defending Stanley Cup champion. Keep in mind what I said last night during the review, though. If they win the President's Trophy, you can't win the Stanley Cup. You can't have both. So it is the best start ever for a defending champ. We'll see how far that continues, but when they were down by 1 against Philadelphia going into the third, and once that third period started, it was pretty obvious they were going to come back and win it. It's just Vegas is very, very good at that. They're the only team I've seen that can kind of play okay through the first 40 minutes, not great, and then in the final 20 they just turn it on. They did that throughout last season, and in the playoffs they showed some of that as well, and they're still doing it this year too, so that's bad news for the rest of the National Hockey League. The Colorado Avalanche set a record last night with their 15th straight road win. Keep in mind, of course, that spans over multiple seasons. They passed the Buffalo Sabres, who had the record of 14, which was set back in 2006. And their 6-0 record to start the season is 1 win short of the best record that the Quebec Nordiques ever sported to start the season at 6-0 back in 85-86. So the Avs setting some records, and last night's game over the Islanders, it was sloppy in places from a Colorado perspective, but you get the win. And that's the thing. They're not all going to be beautiful wins, but they get the win. So there you go. Attendance discussion just for a moment here about the Winnipeg Jets. It sinks to another all-time low in last night's win over St. Louis, 11,136 in attendance. And so the Winnipeg Jets, there's been a lot of discussion about this. And at this point in time, yeah, the attendance just keeps dropping. Maybe if Winnipeg wins some games, gets a decent record together, we'll see more fans coming out. I understand there's economic reasons why people aren't buying tickets right now as well. But I've also seen plenty of Jets fans saying it's a mediocre team. If they fix the team on the ice, maybe we'll come back, that kind of thing. So we'll see if their play gets better, if their record gets better, if we see the attendance go up. We should. That's generally the rule around the National Hockey League and the sports in general. Jacob Lauko, last night it was a scary incident. He gets a skate blade near his eye, did not hit him in the eye, and Jim Montgomery said after the game he's okay. So I haven't heard anything about whether or not he's going to be out, whether or not he needed stitches and he's going to have to wear the face cage or the fishbowl in order to protect his face the next game out. But Lauko is a hard-working bottom six forward for the Boston Bruins, and hopefully he won't be out, and if he is, it won't be for very long. So it's one of those scary things. The skate blade comes up. There's almost nothing that will cause a hockey fan to get scared faster. Those blades, that can do some serious damage. Anyways, glad that he's okay. One thing from last night's game, and I've seen this in the local media, and I'll go ahead and chime in on this. The Vancouver Canucks with an impressive win over Nashville. One thing that is impressive in the wins over Nashville and Florida, we're not seeing that panic late when they have a lead. And I know that sounds weird, but the ability for them to lock the game down and get the win is huge. And so, and I understand it's Nashville, and so it's not a team that's, a cup contender at this stage. But still, for Vancouver, last year early in the season, they were blowing leads late, and this year they're not doing that. So it is small. It's a low bar, but at least they've cleared it for now. We'll see if they continue to clear it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.